Hello, hello, hello. It is Dr. LaTracy here with Black Authors Rock, and I have the honor to allow this edible edification. See, you guys ain't ready. Black Authors Rock is not only a community, but it is a movement. And we are the ones that we have been waiting for. And so because of that, we have the amazing opportunity for this mini training today. Wow, this is going out everywhere. And it's not my phone is just lighting up because I forgot that it was scheduled right for 4:30 Central Standard Time. So I need y'all to get ready because there's so many people that are in this community that scream, hey, I need to make money because I'm an author, or I'm about to write this book. How can I make this money? Well, this is how. And so I'm going to go ahead and jump out the way, because I believe that you should let the experts shine. And, regardless to me being who I am, we have the expert herself, Miss Annette Go-Getter Morris.
Hey,
okay, so yes. Okay. So I told y'all we have purpose pushers in this group and that we are going to have the opportunity to have more than just myself teach you how to make the money even before the book project is out.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Yes.
We invest so much money. And when people say, oh, you can publish for free, that's a lie. Because your time is money. Yes. But I'm not going to take over. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stand in the back because that's what I do. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please put them in the comment box below and we'll go ahead and answer those things. But I'm going to pass the torch because that's what I do. Yes, I'm going to pass the torch.
Look, we don't want you to pass the torch too far. I like you to be engaged in this conversation.
Oh, no, I'm here. I'm here. And look, I'll be right here with you. I got you.
Okay, good.
And so I'm not going nowhere.
Good.
See, okay. So I need y'all to understand that we are one state over from each other.
Absolutely.
I'm in Mississippi and she's in Louisiana. So we are close enough, yet far enough from each other that if something pop off, we can go over that bridge and get to each other.
Absolutely.
We know when it's time for a hurricane, we know either to slide to the right or slide to the left. And we've had that opportunity 28 times this season.
Lord.
28 times. So people need to really understand the importance behind partnership and networking and knowing who is in your circle and who you can utilize to walk in their gifting and in their talents. And so I'm honored to have you here with us on today. And so you guys better get ready. Buckle up.
Yes.
Get ready. Yes. This is it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move out the way so that you can do your thing. Let me see if I can do this without messing up something. Hold on. All right. There you go.
All right. Hey, everybody. As Dr. LaTracy said to you all, my name is Annette Morris. I am commonly referred to as the Go-Getter. I have a company called Go-Getter LLC. And in the company, we actually help entrepreneurs, either existing or aspiring entrepreneurs, to identify their God-given gift and teach them how to convert that gift into a 5 to 7 figure income generating business. So while LaTracy and I were talking, I was telling her that God has truly gifted me with the gift to be able to look at different gifts, different businesses, and then help entrepreneurs or business owners to identify up to 5 streams of revenue from their particular business, no matter what type of business it is. And so I've been an author since 2012. And I was sharing that, me being an author, looking at that, this year I was at the point where I was like, it has to be more than one way to generate revenue from a book project, right? And not simply as hand by hand exchange. A lot of times we want to do a book launch and we sell a few books at the book launch. We sell a few books here, and it's always like individual people that were selling the books too. So we have to actually hustle real hard until we get to be a big name author and not have to work as hard to sell our books, right? So I'm like, how do we navigate this whole process so that we are not in a space where we're feeling like we have to constantly hustle and sell books one by one, right? And so I sat down with that idea and came up with 5 ways to actually generate revenue from a book project, right? That makes authoring a lot more worthwhile. And one of the things that I have to share with you all is that even though you're an author, one of the things that I realized from working with other authors, a lot of times authors do not realize they are now entrepreneurs. If you are selling a product, you are an entrepreneur. I don't care if you're selling one book or if you've published 10 books and you're trying to sell all 10, then you are an entrepreneur. So that takes on a whole nother mind frame, another mindset, because now you have to realize you're a boss and you're responsible for generating revenue that's attached to that, right? So I'm not going to talk about all 5 ways to generate revenue from the book. I'm only going to talk about 2 ways today because we do have some other opportunities that's going to be coming on board. That's going to help you all authors to smash this game in the author entrepreneur space for 2021 and beyond, right? So I'm going to talk briefly about 2 streams of revenue that I want to encourage you all to look into. And start monetizing your book projects even more because you have a story. There are tons of people that are attached to that story that you're designed to help. But if your book doesn't get in their hand, and then it's not beneficial to them, right? And it's not beneficial to you as an author because, again, you're not receiving the accolades or the revenue that's attached to it, right? So we want to get your story out there and get this money in your bank account, all right? So the first thing we're going to be talking about is the obvious stream of how to generate revenue, which is book sales, right? But I know that you all have thought about, okay, like the ways that I talked about a few minutes ago. We think about book sales. Okay, I'm gonna do a book launch when the book first come out. Of course, I'm gonna sell it to my family and friends. But one of the other things that we don't think about is selling the books in bulk, right? You have to identify who that book is targeted to, right? Who is the target population of the book and where those individuals are, right? I'll use, for example, my books are for the most part geared towards entrepreneurs, right? Where can I find entrepreneurs or even aspiring entrepreneurs that these books would benefit, right? So I'll think of in terms of if I connect with a college campus that teaches entrepreneurship as part of their curriculum or part of their school of business or whatever it is, this book is beneficial to those particular college students that are going into the entrepreneurship space, right? So contacting colleges that offer that as a course and getting it as a mandatory read for their students, right? I can sell it in bulk to the college because they may have 100, 200 students in an entrepreneurship school or school of business that's on the entrepreneurship track, right? Okay, so that's 200 book sales right there. There are tons of colleges and universities throughout the nation. All you're doing is getting the books, packaging them, shipping it to that particular entity, right? That's me selling the book, but selling the book in bulk, right? Corporations that have your target population. So if you're targeting, I don't know, women, and there's a business space where there's all women, you want to contact the HR department there and attempt to get your books into the hands of the women that work there, right? So you're figuring out who this book is targeted towards, who's the target population, and where that target population is in bulk so that you can make contacts with those particular entities and get those books sold in bulk. Not the one by one hand exchange that we're accustomed to, but selling 100 books at a time at these different entities, right? So that's another way. A lot of things that we don't think about. Another thing that we don't think about is pre-selling a book, right? One of the things that you may never realize if you never get behind the scenes, a lot of times when authors have pre-sold a book, that's because the book has not even been created. So you always want to sell a pre-sale opportunity for your books. I pre-sold tons of books and it was finished being written, but it wasn't created. It wasn't printed. It was still in editing and everything, right? Pre-sold a bunch of books and didn't have not one book in my hand to sell. I told them, look, it's going to be ready for release October 1st. And it was, but this was August when we started selling them. So I'd already sold tons of books before the book was even an actual book. Pre-selling is an option that will get you money in hand to even help with the project, because a lot of times I've encountered authors that were like, I've been wanting to write a book, I just didn't have the money. Well, if you start with pre-sales, the money that you generate from pre-sales can help you to produce that actual book. So that's one of the things that I've learned from being behind the scenes with a lot of different people. Like when they start a pre-sale on anything, a book, a service, whatever it is, that thing is still in the making while they are doing the pre-sales, and the money generated from pre-sales has helped to create that particular product. So keep in mind, you can do pre-sales to generate revenue. You can generate revenue in bulk once you've identified the target audience and where that target audience is. And then the last option is having someone selling to someone else's audience, right? So what do I mean selling to someone else's audience? You're partnering with someone that you're either already connected to, maybe a friend, or having an influencer, right? A lot of influencers that have a major following, they will promote your products, right? You may have to send it to them for free or whatever their protocol is for promoting, but you're selling to their audience. So as long as their target, their audience or their following aligns with your target audience, you want to connect to that influencer. Or if it's one of your friends and your friend has 5,000 followers or 5,000 friends, whatever it is, right? That's 5,000 people that you may not be connected to. You want to borrow someone else's audience and promote your book to their particular audience, right? Naturally, you're going to have their consent, whatever it is. But if you're promoting to their audience and utilizing them as your ambassador, those are other ways that you can sell your book without having to do that major hustle thing where we selling to one person at a time, right? So thinking of all those three avenues in order to sell your book can get that book into the hands of more individuals or more people with less work on your part, right? So book sales is the first option. The next option is motivational speaking. A lot of us don't think that the book can lead to motivational speaking opportunities, but it actually does, right? Because what happens is when you write a book, the book sets you up as an expert in that whatever that subject matter is, right? So you want to start researching speaking opportunities that align with your book, right? Um, there are two opportunities in speaking. Sometimes you can get opportunities where the entity may not have a budget, but if it's a win-win situation, so when I say win-win situation, is their audience your target audience? That's the first question you want to ask yourself, right? Secondly, you want to ask them if they don't have a budget to pay you as a speaker, can you have what we call back of the room sales, right? Which means you'll have your books and your products at the back of the room, but when you get off the stage, you make sure you deliver a slamming speech that will make the people want to see more of you or connect with you in more ways or purchase more products from you. And that way, you selling your bags and books and products at the back of the room can be an easy sale, right? So if you come there and normally your speaking fee, once you set your speaking fees up as a speaker, and you may say, I'm gonna charge $2,000, $2,500 per speaking engagement, they don't have the $2,500 to pay you. But if you sell enough books and stuff in the bag, then you'll make up for what you didn't make from the stage, right? Or there are opportunities where the person will pay you to be a speaker and you can have back in the room book sales, right? So because that book positions you as an expert, you want to align with speaking opportunities that align with your book and whatever your message would be as a speaker. That creates major opportunities for you. There are several places that you can look for speaking opportunities to see what aligns with whatever the message is that's coming from your book, right? So chambers of commerce, if you're dealing with entrepreneurs or business people, whatever it is, chambers of commerce, schools, high schools have often have budgets for speakers to come in and do presentations. Definitely colleges. It's just simply Google speaking opportunities and whatever your messaging is, and they will have several opportunities out there, and you just have to coordinate with whoever it is that's the event coordinator to let them know what it is that you do. Naturally, you want to have some type of speaker sheet created so that you'll be able to send them to show what topics you're going to cover. But if you align it with that book, then you should have no problem securing speaking opportunities. So again, book sales, making sure that you are accessing more than just individual people hand to hand, bulk selling in bulk, book sales, more book sales. That's one option. And motivational speaking is another option and another stream of revenue that you can generate from one book project. So this is one book project that can spark into 5 different streams of revenue. Bigger book sales, motivational speaking are the two top that we wanted to talk about today, that I just wanted to kind of get in your ear and have you, to start thinking differently about this particular book project. Because again, I don't want you all hustling as hard in 2021 as we have in previous years to get ourselves out there and to generate revenue from book projects. We do have several other streams that we'll talk about, but we're going to talk about the opportunities that's going to be afforded to you all as being a member of Black Authors Rock. So y'all stay tuned. We have more opportunities for you, but definitely start looking into selling those books in bulk and becoming a motivational speaker. Those two streams alone can generate you more than six-figure revenue from a book project. Dr. Latrice?
Hey.
Did
y'all catch that? Okay. So you guys may not know, because, she was very modest when she was telling you, about all her business. This is something that Annette does on a regular basis. She teaches individuals how to have a 10K month.
Yes.
How many of you watching would love to have a 10K month?
Consistently.
Right. And it's possible.
Yes.
I remember a few years ago for Black Friday, I was listening to Lamar from Traffic Sales and Profit.
Lamar Tyler.
Yes, got to shout him out because, oftentimes as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, we listen, but we don't do.
Right. And it's not the listening part. I tell people it's not the knowledge, it's the applied knowledge. You have to apply what you know in order to make a difference in your life.
Yes.
And
I was going through one of the worst times of my life. And I was marketing and branding into the new business. So I was in transition. When you go through your divorce, you got to get rid of all the
old stuff, girl.
All the old stuff, just throw it away. Well, what I did was I saw this wedding dress in the closet, and I was like, should I get rid of this wedding dress? And it was like, bing, I can use this wedding dress for marketing. I was going from the Proverbs 31 woman movement into igniting the fire. So, you can have multiple brands as an entrepreneur. And I put on this wedding dress and told everybody I was getting married. And they followed me on social media, and I had the most people on my Facebook Live because they thought I was really getting married. Because I used to be, I'm delivered. I used to be a serial bride. That was a part. I used to be. And so they were like, who's she marrying now? What's she doing? And so I put on this wedding dress and I did the whole marketing floor. And it was so funny because I ended up making over $10,000 in that weekend alone.
Wow. Yes.
Off my book project.
Right.
Because I marketed that thing. It was a book that had already been published 3 years prior. I just changed the cover.
Wow. Rebranding.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize that you don't have to grow alone. And it's okay to have a coach. It's okay to have a community. It's okay to have this.
I saying that on my live, telling people like you need to connect with all of that. A coach, a community, all of that.
Yes. Because it's so important. And that was one of the things that I wanted to make just the foundation of Black Authors Rock. We're going to support each other.
Yes.
So if this is something that you do, reach out to the team. Tell the team, okay, I publish as well, and I'm an author as well, or I do graphics. Don't just come up in there trying to just throw your business out there because it's not your group. But let's share. So see what you do. You sent me a message and said, hey, this is what I do. This is how we can work together, and we make it happen.
Absolutely.
You have to create a relationship. You can't just jump in bed with people.
Right, at all. It's about building relations, and it's about offering something. So see, like, the thing that I talk to them, these the authors in this particular group about today, I gave that away for absolutely free. Reason they could take that and never be like, I don't want to join the membership. Let me run with these two ideas, and they run with it and they start making money, which is good. The thing about it is we have to learn how to share some knowledge. It's all about collaborating. It's not about competition. We all in this together. So if you discover something like, I ain't gonna give you the whole 7-figure plan, but hey, if this is gonna get you to 5 figures, hey, you know what I mean? So hey, let's get it. Yes.
That is so true. And a lot of people don't realize what we have at the table. We created the table for you.
Absolutely.
We created the table. And we do have a couple of people that we allowed in the community that don't supposed to be up in there. But we gotta have them because that's what the words say. The words say in the
Absolutely.
present. So we had to let them in so they could see.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, if you want to make that 10, that 10K a month, connect, right?
Yes. Yes.
So tell the people how they can connect with you.
I am
And
on Facebook here as Annette Goal Getter Morris. And I also have my business page, which is Goal Getter LLC. That's GOAL Getter GETTER LLC. And on Instagram, I'm the same. Annette Morris MA and Goal Getter University on Instagram.
there you go. All right,
Yep.
y'all. Stay connected. Didn't she just tell you guys that this is an opportunity? This is just a little bit
Just a little bit.
for what is about to come in the Black Authors Rock membership. And so I know a
Absolutely.
lot of you guys are mentioning or even questioning, what is the membership? See, you got to stay tuned.
You got to stay tuned.
Yeah,
Stay
because
connected.
this is just a teaser.
Yes.
We some people like to eat the dessert first.
Right.
That's me. I get that good,
Guilty.
that key lime pie or that good brownie before the meal.
Right.
Yes, that's
it.
me. I'll do it. So stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed this training. I hope you use some of the training because right now Black Friday is coming.
Yes.
If you need to have your book out, you need to have your book cover created, whatever it may be that you need, reach out. We have
Yes.
everything. If it's the marketing, Black Friday's next week.
Yes. Yes.
And people have money. They have received money during this COVID season so that they can spend it on you.
Yes. Yes. Because a lot of corporations are closing down, so people are looking for small businesses, Black-owned businesses to spend their money with. Make sure you are present and your presence is known so that people can find you on social media. Yes.
That's it.
Yep.
That is it. So you guys stay tuned. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So I thank you so much, Miss Annette, for your time and giving away those great nuggets because people need to know to make that money.
Absolutely.
And we'll be continuing on in Black Authors Rock with our Edible Edification. I just thought that title was just, my marketing team was like, this child right here. I was like, oh, I'm a writer.
Right.
I was like, I'm a writer. That just, woo. Yeah. We're going to have, our happy hour soon, because Black Authors Rock,
Black Authors Rock. Yeah, we got to
the
do
bar,
that before the end of the year.
Yeah, we have to meet at the bar, have some tasty tidbits later. But we down for it. So I thank you again.
You are welcome. Thank y'all for having me.
All right. Well, you guys stay tuned for the amazing news that is coming up between now and the weekend. And continue to connect with Black Authors Rock. Our link is below, and we will stay connected and stay in the place to support you right where you are. So do not feel like you are overwhelmed because we've all been there. We've all been there. She just told you the nuggets. We've all been there. So I will chat with you guys soon, and you have an amazing day.
Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.